Hello everyone, I'm Desak Gede Wahyu Puspadnyani with student ID number 211021094 from 4D class. So, in this video, I will present my research background and literature review regarding my research proposal in this middle project of research method and language teaching course. Alright, first, here's the topic of my research. So, my research topic is the implementation of describing features strategy in improving students' speaking ability at SMP Negeri 2 Singaraja. There are several reasons why I choose this topic and the phenomenon. Then the reasons and the phenomenon include in my research background. Okay, this is my research background. English is quickly evolving into the most useful language to learn in this age of globalization and has already achieved status as an international language. According to Pahrawati Irianto, Imranuddin and Syafrizal 2018, English has been taught as one of the subjects at the first year of study for all majors, and English plays a significant role as a subject that gives students a space to access more knowledge and technology globally in higher education in Indonesia. As a result, we must be able to communicate in English, although it is a bit challenging to speak English because Indonesia is not a native English-speaking country. Therefore, the goal of this study is to find the best teaching strategy for speaking. Given that English is not most students' first language, it can be difficult for teachers to teach speaking skills to their students and need the appropriate teaching strategy. According to William and Burden 2003, teacher techniques are a significant factor in language learning. In this study, the researcher expects that the strategy used by teachers to teach speaking skills to junior high school students will aid the students in learning the target language. In keeping with Octaviani 2016, there are various elements that have an impact on how well EFL students speak. Students in Indonesia typically feel anxious about enrolling in foreign language classes. They may lack motivation, become frustrated easily, or believe it's tough to learn a foreign language because most people start out knowing nothing. Even after studying English for more than 6 years, they should still believe that it is enjoyable. On the other hand, students' ability to speak English did not improve when they learned it from a textbook. In order to help students to enhance their speaking ability, so the researcher was interested in performing classroom action study by describing features. Some instructional materials can be used as the basis for teaching and learning activities in the classroom by teachers to assist them in carrying out instruction and achieving the objective of the materials, based on Ayu and Indrawati 2018. Additionally, by explaining the meaning of the pictures or describing the pictures in front of the class while using correct pronunciation, the students can practice their speaking fluently. The purpose of this study is to find out how students' speaking skill can be enhanced by describing pictures, as well as how teachers can create engaging teaching learning activities for junior high school students, especially at SMP Negeri 2 Singaraja, can be applied to this research. Therefore, to guide the investigation, this research poses several questions such as first, does applying the strategy of describing pictures effectively improve students' speaking ability at SMP Negeri 2 Singaraja? And the second is, how can describing pictures be an effective strategy and media in improving students' speaking ability at SMP Negeri 2 Singaraja? And the third is, what are the difficulties or challenges in applying the strategy of describing pictures to improve students' speaking ability at SMP Negeri 2 Singaraja? Alright, next is literature review. According to Harmer 2007, claims that speaking is the ability to speak plainly and presupposes not only knowledge of language patterns but also the ability to process information and language on the spot. It is extremely challenging for foreign language learners to speak a language, since speaking requires learners to master not just linguistically related but also pragmatically relevant expression based on Martins and Yus Juan 2006. Okay, and the next is, according to Salahuddin 2009, describing pictures is a strategy for improving speaking skills, particularly for junior high school students, because picture helps students develop their creativity and increase thinking ability, based on Channing Wilson 2001. This is one of the media that can help teachers draw students' interest and improve students' motivation to learn, especially for teaching speaking. Each student is given one picture is required to describe it. The goal of this activity are to train students' imagination and help them to talk about the story in English. Next is, according to Chesla 2020, because humans are very visually oriented, we tend to remember things much better when we can see them as well as hear or read them. Alright, next, according to Brown 2021, consider the picture strategy as an effective way to improve students' oral language ability at both intensive and extensive level. The researchers think that describing pictures is appropriate for improving students' speaking ability because the goals of these activities are to train students' creativity and describing something in English. Typically, students are unable to speak because they lack knowledge. The researcher expects that pictures will assist students in speaking English because they will be easier to say when they see them. Then, instead of just memorization, this speaking practice by describing pictures can result in meaningful communication, said Wahyudin 2017. Okay, I think that's all for my presentation. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.